Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October 2015 edition of our First Thursday webinar series. Each month we like to set aside an hour or so to tell you what's new, pass along some helpful tips, and take questions. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to focus on a single product, BLOX Business Directory. We'll show off the newest features that can help you and your advertisers make money with your online marketplaces, and talk to Leelocal's Michelle Skadal about insider techniques and best practices for generating revenue and SEO with BLOX Business Directory. Phil Pracht, our Business Directory product manager, will lead the presentation. We also have the aforementioned Michelle Skadal, Sales Operations Manager with Leelocal. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you.
And Christine Masters, our Director of Product Development, and Paige Ruba, our Marketing Specialist, are on hand for moral support and to laugh at Phil's jokes. And I'm Aaron Gillette. Marketing Director at townnews.com. We have a lot to cover, but we're going to try and burn through our formal presentation in about 30 minutes, after which we'll take questions. At any point during the presentation, you can type a question into the chat box, but we'll hold off on answering them until the end of the show. Take it away, Phil.
Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for the nice introduction. I appreciate that. And thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. As a product manager, part of my job is to make sure that we're continuously keeping this product as up-to-date and as useful to you as possible, ensuring that with each and every new feature we release, we're focusing on what you as admins need to make your lives better and what your advertisers need that will help them grow their business, resulting in hopefully multiple recurring campaigns. Now, most of you on the call are probably Business Directory customers, and some of you may not be, but perhaps you're curious about the product. Now, whether you have it or not, my goal today is to help you get the most out of the latest features from Business Directory while also providing you some useful best practices to help you with your ongoing sales efforts. Now, every feature I'll be presenting you with today is meant to help you maintain and grow your directory. We'll talk about updates we've made to improve performance and power of Business Directory on the front end and back end. We'll also show you some new and improved reports that we're very excited about. And joining me at the end of the call is Michelle Skadal, who is the Sales Operations Manager for Leelocal. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
They've had terrific success with the Business Directory product. She'll be able to offer some insight as to what they're doing. So without further ado, let's get into performance updates. Now, these are basically updates to help with the overall usability of the product, starting with an upgrade to Solar. Now, we previously used another search server called Sphinx. This update to Solar is just providing you with faster search results for both admins and for front-end site users. And in addition to that, we're also allowing the ability to have future enhancements made with this Solar search server. Now with this, we'll be able to introduce a new feature called Faceted Search, which isn't that new at all to many of you, but it's new to us, and we want to make sure that we're capitalizing on this as well. Now with this Faceted Search, which is coming up, which I'm actively working on, we want to be able to offer users the ability to refine their search to ultimately find exactly what they were looking for, or perhaps what they didn't know they were looking for to begin with. So again, Solar Search provides faster search results for you. The next feature we have here are updates to the BLOX Rule Editor, which is something we know customers have been asking for quite a while. But now with this new query rule, you can begin querying businesses by category, keywords, flags, radius, postal codes, and even more. Another thing, like for instance, let's say for National Coffee Day, you want to be able to query businesses, specifically coffee businesses, into a block. Now you can do that and target your sales efforts for a sales blitz, for instance, for a week at these coffee establishments and get them into this block with this new query builder. The next feature I've dedicated an entire slide to, which I'm very excited about, are the standardized categories for URLs. Now what we've done here is the existing Axiom categories that we have, we've remapped them for shorter, more clear, human-readable categories. And we've inserted those categories directly into the URLs themselves. Now, one of the best benefits of Business Directory coming out of the box right now is that it's SEO enhancements. What we're doing now is we're trying to build on top of that. By inserting these keywords, we're taking a page from Google and Bing's best practices, and we're including those directly into the URLs themselves, which enhances the SEO impact. And important to note that these are on by default, It will not break existing bookmarks. The next feature we have here, and we jump into admin improvements. Now these are features to help make your lives easier on the back end, maintaining these businesses. So what you see here is we have Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, and Google Plus are now available from the info tab on these individual businesses. Now previously, you would be required to have to manually enter these custom property strings in the business directories themselves, but now you no longer have to. And important to note that these are not available to users in the user dashboard. Now these are specifically upsell enhancements that you can provide these additional businesses. They will not be able to enter these themselves. Another feature we have here, the ability to reorder categories. Now again, we harken back to our previous feature, the ability to insert these categories into the URLs for SEO improvements. But the ability to reorder categories is more important because some businesses have 5, 6 different categories. What we're doing is we're treating the top level category as the most important. The top level category will be inserted into the URL, providing that SEO boost. Now, ideally you want to put the most relevant category at the top, of course, and then simply drag and drop now, as opposed to having to delete them and manually re-add them to get that first category the most important. The next feature we have here are new asset revision history, which is now you can actually see who has been updating this business and when. This offers the business directory admins the ability to review previous changes to a business asset, and it covers the last 20 edits to a business. So now you have the ability to really maintain who is editing this business and what they were doing during this edit. The next feature we have here is very similar to what we've had for editorial, wherein if someone is editing a business, it will lock that business and no one else can can edit it at the same time. This ensures that changes are not being overwritten in the event that more than one admin is working on a business. And you have, of course, the option to manually unlock a business if you need to. You also have the ability to see who is editing businesses at any given time through this. Now, in addition, I've also mentioned before during the block rule editor enhancements that we now have the ability to add flags to businesses. Now, this is a nice perk to business owners and relatively simple task for admins to begin including. Introducing flags grants you the ability to query only businesses with a particular flag into a block. A great example of this is a new buy local flag that we're introducing, which you'll have the option to grant to a specific set of paying advertisers. You could feature them in a buy local block, and you could really show support for your local businesses in your community. Some other flags that we include are 21 and over, teens, handicap accessible, and free Wi-Fi are some examples. But you can now find those under the flags accordion on the business directory modules. Another one we have here is updated submit business form. Now previously, anyone who wanted to submit their business would have to fill out one of the BLOX forms. Now this was tedious for both the business owner and you, the admin, having to copy and paste that information into a new business form on the CMS. Now, however, we've removed the need for that by now allowing users to submit their business directly from the user dashboard. Included with that form are the basic information you see here, name, branch, description, and the ability to add up to 3 categories, treating the top category as the most important. Again, that category will be inserted into the URL for SEO boost. And then you'll also have contact info and hours. Important to note that nothing more can be added to that business. So they will not have the ability to add a logo, social media, or any other features from the user dashboard with this form. That's all, hopefully, potential upsells for that. Now, once a user submits their business, you can view pending requests directly from the business directory application. You can see in the top corner there's a new approved businesses icon next to the approved claims. At this point, you can look at their information and either approve it immediately or, and I would prefer that you do this, you take this opportunity to have one of your sales reps contact this business and inquire to them as about possible upsells at that point. These are low-hanging fruit. They're coming and they want to be featured in there. Now's a good time to try to upsell them. Next feature here. Now, I'm trying not to get so religious about how I feel about reports. They're very important to me. I really feel like this is the backbone of any healthy advertising campaign that you have. You want to be able to offer them as many reports and as clear reports as possible. The less work you have to do giving these to them, the better. And the more that they can understand them and you can understand them, the better. So with this new reports initiative, we're really trying to make this easier for everyone to understand and comprehend this new reporting. We wanted to make it easily to view these reports. We wanted to make it easy to schedule and access these reports. And with this, we actually have 3 new reports coming out with this next week. The business, dealer, and agent summaries reports can all be found under a new reports tab. Again, this is a feature that we're releasing here very soon. We're shooting for next week. But under here, you'll find generated on the first of each month, these agent, business, and dealer summary reports will have details for the previous month's worth of analytics. So for instance, on November 1st, you'll see all the data for October. Now, one of my favorite parts about this is that it has built-in BLOX tracking. Now, these reports will work out of the box, ensuring frictionless access to these advertiser reports. So you won't have to worry about going into stats analytics anymore, and you'll just be able to remain on the business report itself and find all of the reports pertaining to this business. You no longer have to jump to stats analytics. And you no longer have to set up a Google Analytics to begin tracking these reports. All you'll have to do is just have a featured business, click on this reports tab, and access the business summary report to get more details about how they're performing. And then beneath that, you'll find a schedules accordion. Again, one of our bigger initiatives was to make it easier to schedule these and be able to have sales reps or even the advertisers themselves receive these reports in a timely fashion. Now, you can now schedule these reports to be automatically sent to email addresses, however many you choose, 1 or more of these reports to be sent to email addresses, whatever you choose, on a certain day. So, getting into more of the details of the business summary report, included at the top, you'll see up-to-date contact information and logo for that particular business. This is a good time to review if all of this is up to date. And then a summary of previous month's performance, which includes featured impressions or block impressions, search impressions, however many times the business was viewed in search results, page views, which are just the amount of times a viewer had visited that page. And then beneath that, you'll have a few other analytics as well. And it's important to note that in the side there are a new performance highlights feature that we're including. This makes it, again, easier for you to digest and ingest this information. Once you get it, you can now reiterate to your advertisers that they had, for instance, 306 more impressions from previous month, or 3 more page views from previous month, so on and so forth, with every other summary metric in that summary section. And beneath that, we have a page views graph that shows basically page views by day throughout the month. And then beneath that, which you can't see, are the business traffic details. Now, these are daily insights for all of the summary points above, including featured impressions, search impressions, and so on and so forth. The next report we have here are the dealer and agent summary reports are very similar to each other. At the top, you'll see very similar to the business summary, contact information, and logo. Beneath that, we have a summary of the analytics, including a total number of impressions, page views, contact form emails, and different from the business summary reports are the amount of times ad was saved to favorites or the amount of times an ad was printed. Now, next to that, we have, of course, the performance highlights, which were from the business summary. Again, we want to make it easier for you to understand and relay this information to the advertiser themselves. Beneath that, we have an all-new last month's performance. We have an all-new graphs, the first of which are refers. Very important to know where people are coming from. This allows you to be able to better adjust, if necessary, the advertising campaign that you're currently running for these advertisers. You want to be able to tell them that we should be doing more BLOX impressions, we should be doing more on social media, we should be doing more on Google. Well, these refers are now tracking where these page views are coming from. So for instance, If someone finds your home or finds a classified home on Google, we'll be able to track that they came from Google. If someone finds a vehicle from a Facebook share and clicks on that, we'll be able to track that they came from Facebook. And then you can kind of relay that information to that advertiser and say, you should be doing more on Facebook to increase your ads performance there. And then obviously you have internal, social, search, and other. Other just gets everything else out of there. And then beside that, we have a graph that is tracking basically impressions over the month. Beneath that, however, we have our traffic and engagement, which, similar to a business directory or business summary report, we have all the summary details, including social shares broken down by day. This report can be printed, emailed, or exported to CSV, and we're also introducing this new feature called Score. Now, particularly for the dealer and agent summary reports, we are now introducing this new feature called Score. And what we want to do with this is for the leads and shares columns, we've each been assigned a weighted number, each of those individual metrics. With each successful contact form sent, favorited ad, or share to Facebook, a score is then applied and totaled up under the score column. This allows you to show advertisers how well not only their campaign is going, but how well individual cars or even their homes are performing on your site. This granularity is going to be far, far beneficial for you. Next thing I want to cover and are a couple new features we have for Flex. I'll cover these quickly. Business upsells. You currently have this probably on your sites wherein you're offering the opportunity for businesses to come and claim their business, and they have the opportunity to apply a certain package to their business, maybe enhanced or empower. What we're doing with business upsell is we want to be able to offer you the ability to manually or customize these packages however you choose. If you wanted to offer one photo and a coupon, which is similar to what we're currently doing with enhanced listing, but if you wanted to offer additional features, you have the ability to do that. Now, what I usually say is that Upsell Manager acts as a permanent sales tool on your site 24 hours a day. Now, if you have a fulfillment team or you lack a fulfillment team for your business directory, this is going to be very essential for you. The next thing we have here is a premium listing, or email loyalty lists. Now, I'm not sure how familiar you are with email reach, but I wanted to quickly kind of talk about that and give you a little bit more information about how you can get this. This is a BLOX application that stores site users' email addresses and their corresponding newsletter opt-ins. This collects email addresses through blocks for typically your own private newsletter lists, breaking news, daily, weekly stories, or even advertising, like deal of the day newsletters. This is also the host for this. All these email addresses are our partner Constant Contact. You can contact your sales representative for pricing of this. If you don't currently have it, we recommend it. Manage your newsletters. The idea is that you'd manage your newsletters and schedule your sends through the email reach application. But what I guess here at Town News, we're really proud of our cross-application integration. Now we've taken it a step further. Business Directory integrates very well with calendar, editorial, classifieds. Now we want to be able to integrate more with email reach. So by being able to combine Business Directory and email reach, we're offering you an additional tier of upsell opportunity to advertisers. An email list, in my opinion, is arguably one of the strongest marketing assets a small business can have. It allows them that direct communication with their local community, an audience who these days can be distracted easily by other competing businesses. Site visitors can now sign up for business newsletters directly from the profile themselves, allowing you the opportunity to easily host and manage one of the best marketing assets that are coveted by these small businesses. A business can worry less on gathering these signees and focus more on what they can offer, and you have the ability to manage that email list for them, which ensures stickiness. You get to keep them for, hopefully retain them for a longer amount of time by maintaining their email list for them. With that said, here I'd like to introduce Michelle Skadal. who is the sales operations manager for Leelocal.com. They've had tremendous luck with Business Directory, specifically with how they're offering deals, offers, and events packages into their offering set. Michelle, I've got just a few questions for you that I feel like everyone on the phone call can benefit from. But before we get into that, would you mind telling us just a little bit about Leelocal.com and what it is you do?
Sure, Phil. Thank you so much, all of you, for welcoming me so warmly to Town News and to this call. Leelocal basically is one of the digital arms of Lee Enterprises, and we house a calling center, a retention department, and then also fulfillment exists there on site with us as well. We basically call into all of the Lee Enterprises markets and reach out to the small business owner, offering them solutions they may not know exist. And that's it in kind of a nutshell.
Yeah. Well, some of the challenges that we've heard from our customers with Business Directory are basically understanding of the benefits of what Marketplace has to offer. They're struggling with not understanding exactly what it is Business Directory has to offer, and therefore unable to communicate that to local businesses in their area. So my question to you is, how are you positioning yourselves within each of these markets? And basically, what are the benefits that you explain to your clients?
Sure. Our Marketplace program is our core product, and ultimately being able to communicate and provide that enhanced SEO process. Everybody wants to make sure that their website gets found. So that core piece, we basically open the door for overall awareness of their online presence to those business owners. They are small business owners primarily who we call on, and leaving the people who are the boots on the ground, the account managers out in the field to talk to those larger customers. So small to mid-sized businesses, and they may not have a website. They may not have any planned online presence. And what we do is we have conversations with them, shake their complacency a little bit, and give them information that they all really want to know. So ultimately we present ourselves as from the corporate office of each particular newspaper when we call, and we do call throughout the country, so all of the Lee properties are represented through Leelocal, and we just tell the local story, the story of our local audience to those customers, and help supplement and support the revenue to the particular markets. So successfully, we do have digital customers in all of our markets right now.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, we have I'm sure you have a wide array of different packages you offer to your sales reps to offer customers. Now, these packages probably consist of the basic profile enhancements like videos, coupons, and offers, but can you give me some examples of your packages and the price points you're shooting for? Specifically, what more are you offering businesses in addition to the basic profile enhancements?
Sure. So our costs start anywhere between $200 to $600 monthly approximately. We do sell on a 6-month or 12-month schedule. We do find that time frame really presents the return on investment, no less than that, honestly. Our 83 or our base marketplace package does include video, and it does include those offers and deals, offers, and events section that we find are very successful for that enhanced SEO process. We, in addition, do what we call a banner bundle, and those banners are presented at a discounted CPM, 30,000 on average. You can go up to 50,000 in this bundle, depending on the CPM and the reach that you want. So that's a very successful return on investment as well for those businesses that do have a website and have kind of a planned online presence. The next product or combination of products that we use includes a website. So for those small businesses that maybe know they need to be online, but they haven't actually taken that leap, being able to have a website and a banner as well as the marketplace program together really helps our retention rate. So that particular product is probably our core base to what we try to strive to sell a customer. The last one would be our bigger packages, so the 500, 600 monthly respectively. Those two include things like social media management, search engine marketing, social media marketing, so Facebook ads, as well as Google AdWords, and then reputation monitoring and management are available as well.
So one of your team members is actually taking the time to register these businesses on Google and Bing.
That is also part of our base package, and I thank you
Nice.
so much for reminding me about that, because I think that's really key. Being able to do the registration process, and if it's pre-existing, we make sure and have our experts go in and actually look at that. We share admin access and can actually tweak, so to speak, how their radius is on their map, as well as if that listing category is done properly.
Nice. So in addition to the profile enhancements, you're offering banner impressions, search engine registration, and social media management. Which package is your most popular?
Well, I would say most popular and largest retained is the one that includes the website, so full
Okay.
registration, website, and that marketplace base as well.
Nice, nice. And how have sales been over time?
So just because of that bundling, the product bundling and the more value added to our packages, our average sales have gone from about $125 monthly per customer to over $225 per customer, and that's an average. In the 3 years that I've been there. So we've also realized substantial revenue growth in prior year for the last 3 years. So 2013 was a 42% over prior year, 2014 27% over prior year, and then ultimately 2015 with a 17% over prior year. So we've had some great success.
Right. Well, one of the largest concerns most on the call probably had today are how they can continue to keep their customers once they have them, and how they can continue to keep future customers once they actually have them in the door. So what strategies do Leelocal currently practice to ensure advertiser retention?
Sure, this particular topic is near and dear to my heart, coming from an account management standpoint as well as sales. Over the last 2 years, our management team has really put their heads together to create and develop a retention model. We believe this ensures our advertisers continue success with this program and an overall understanding of their digital presence. So after the sale, each advertiser is assigned a specific account manager who gathers that information. They confirm the goals of the campaign and really try to align the information that the business owner has as their goals for this particular campaign. Customers are called and emailed on a monthly basis, and that particular account manager really starts to build a relationship with that advertiser. So some of their goals with their calls are to build rapport, obviously, share reporting, discuss and implement updates, then also, more often than not, add an additional product to that marketing package. And I think that's where the true success lies, is seeing the need and anticipating it before it happens, and then being able to provide that solution when you're having that conversation. So then, with the development of our Leelocal produced websites, in addition to that marketplace product, as I mentioned, we have a very healthy retention rate.
Nice, thank you very much. Now, the last question I have, and this is, you can be as honest as you want. Are there any issues you have with Town News that you feel like we can improve on? Is there anything there that you feel like next features, coming up features that you really feel like this would be great if you could do this?
Well, I did have a wish list, but in seeing your presentation, I also share in your religion of analytics and reporting. So
Good.
Phil and I, we see ourselves are on the same page. So I'm very pleased with the recent upgrades and integration, the reporting process at Lee and Leelocal. We have basically enhanced what we want to provide to our customers with Google Analytics integration, as well as just readying ourselves for further and better reporting. And I believe that what you guys have done with CMS BLOX has enabled us to be able to do that, especially in the interim while we're in this transition process. And just to be completely honest, I've anticipated this information for a long time, and I'm really happy to see it's actually there.
Great, great. Yeah. Thank you very much. That wraps up all the questions for you, Michelle. Thank you very much.
Well,
I appreciate your help on that. I hope anyone on the phone call got some insight as to what they're doing and what you could be doing more to increase the salability of your products and your marketplace. So to sum up, that wraps up all of this for this week, for this month, I should say. In summary, we have some admin improvements to make your lives easier. We have some SEO enhancements to help strengthen your sales potential. We're introducing new business reports to help you inform your advertisers on their progress during their campaigns. And we've introduced a new score, as well as a couple features from Flex. Does anyone have any questions? I think we're going to open up.
This will be out in the next week or so?
Yes.
New stuff?
There are a few features in here that are going to be rolling out in the next week or so. The features that I've explained in this entire presentation, a few of these have already been out, but then there are a couple more like reports, the upgraded block rule editing, that are going to be due out next week. So we're looking at shooting for hopefully Wednesday that you should be able to do that. And then come next month, you'll have reports for all of your advertisers available to you.
Cool. You can leave it on that slide. We actually do have a pile of questions here if you'd like to start working through them. The first question is the new Submit Business form available now or coming soon?
This is one that is coming soon, yes. We're looking at next week. So all you'll have to do is update the links on your Submit Business forms to include the direct link to the user dashboard. So that they'll be able to enter that. They'll have to register, of course, as a user before they can submit their business, which makes it easier for you to approve them, of course. But then, yeah, you'll have to update those links, and then that'll be, I think, scheduled for, next week. 2.0 is the Business Directory to look out for.
Okay. Can we have custom flags? For example, Chamber of Commerce or other membership organizations. Can we create those, or will you need to do it?
There is a custom property to create your own flags. It's we'll have that in documentation as well for the flags feature. But yes, there is a custom property you can apply. It's separate from the flags drop down, the accordion option. But you can apply a custom property called, I think it's Note, and then you enter whatever you'd like to in the value field to have a custom flag there.
But if you wanted to build a block, you can't use the custom stuff for a query rule in a block. You'd have to use a keyword in combination with that.
Yep, yeah. So that's, again, with the improvement of the block rule editor, we're offering you a lot of different options to be able to query. So not only would you have to query by flags, but you could also apply keywords to these businesses that you can then query them by if necessary.
Okay. Any chance reports like these will come to banner ads as well?
This is, again, I should mention, this is also very exciting. With this new reports tab we have for Business Directory, we have the potential to create more and more reports that will make it a lot easier for all of you. For instance, you saw the agent and you saw the dealer summary report. We have hopes to create a generic classifieds report, which will show for anything from ads, coupons, PDF display ads, those types of different ads will be included in the classifieds report as opposed to just the vehicles and the home-specific reports for dealer agents. Now, another one that we're curious about trying to explore is a whisper number report, and then the banner ads report is another great suggestion. So we'll try to get that roadmap and see what works well for that. Thank you for that.
Will businesses be searchable from the main site search?
So it depends on the platform that you're on. With Zen, we have something right now called Mega Search. I think that, I can't remember if it's on by default or if you have to turn it on, but so that's something where if you do the main site search and you search for pizza, then you'll get all of the editorial results for pizza plus business directory results for pizza. So those who are on the Zen platform can update that. We are looking to do that as well with Flex. It'll be a little bit different, so we're still working that out, but for those of you who are on the current Zen platform, that is available right now.
Will current subcategories now have the ability to be made a primary category, like just home improvement, rather than being several levels deep?
A prime category, I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding. If you're trying to surface this subcategory into a main category, you can treat the category at the top. At least you can reorder the categories in the categories menu to add home improvements at the top, even if it's a subcategory, and it'll be inserted into the URL itself. So it's not necessarily treating it as the main category necessarily, but it's going to be remapped and inserted into the URL based upon what subcategory or top level category you choose.
Is there an ability to admin search by AUX ID, like for real estate agents and brokers? For AUX ID, can you search that in the admin?
I don't know. We'd have to.
Yeah, I'd have to find out. I could find out if we have your contact information. I can contact you directly with that.
Okay. Is there an ability to make the admin search results column display choices sticky from one session to the next?
I don't know off the top of my head. We can do that in other applications where based on cookies it stores your column. I have to check whether or not we can do that in Business Directory. That's something we could add if that's not there already.
Okay. Is there the ability to show categories in admin search results like done in editorial assets for sections?
You can refine by category, top level categories. You cannot, I believe, see the different categories for specific businesses within the search results itself.
Because there are a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Space issue.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they're so long for Axiom that to include that in your actual table itself would just get kind of overbearing, I feel like. But you can refine and search by categories, top level categories within the business directory itself.
Okay. Is there an ability to create named groups of areas for Marketplace, like Central Park for all businesses in that locally known shopping center, for example?
Yeah, you can create general areas using the application settings and create custom zip codes for there. But getting more granular is a little bit more difficult. Trying to narrow down and pinpoint exact geolocations or lat long is a little bit more difficult to do. But you can create your own general areas for specific business directory searches based upon the name and then the value entered is the zip code.
Okay. For Leelocal, do they push the business user to add and edit their own data, or is it more done by the internal account or the account rep?
Yeah, we do everything in-house. The account manager manages it, translates the information from what the customer needs, and then we do all the updates.
Okay.
And can I ask one quick question about that? Because one thing that I like that Leelocal does is you kind of work ahead of getting offers ahead of time so that you can update those offers every month, or is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So upon the first call, the discovery process actually gathers at least 3 different specific offers. We really focus on keywords for that SEO enhancement, and then ultimately we do change them on a monthly basis. That's our goal.
I think that's a great tip for other people, because it's hard to get a business to update it themselves, but on that initial call you get 3 things and then you have 3 having relevant updated content is very important for SEO and
it's
for
extremely
ROI.
important.
So that's a great idea.
And you surface the dates of these things. You surface the dates. You want to make sure that those are very visible on each and every one of those offers, and that this is a new offer. This is a brand new offer, and so that obviously helps with SEO as well.
Absolutely.
And they have a block on the front page of the newspaper that says the most recent updates, and then as each business updates each month, they get surfaced onto the front page, so which is a great way to get traffic and SEO again.
And it does rotate run of site, so for the most part, between 50 and 90% of our sites have that block. So every time you visit a page or a timing, it refreshes itself.
That's awesome.
Can we create custom categories?
Cannot create custom categories at this time, no. This is one that we're evaluating. This feature request is one that we're currently evaluating to see if this, because right now Axiom provides all of their own categories, and they're very useful categories, they're great categories. So
and how many categories are there? There's like 70,000, 18,000 or something. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
You went through them that one time.
Yeah, well, that was the deal. So the remapping and inserting the categories into keywords, I've had to actually go through all of the zillions of categories in Axiom to be able to remap them. So I understand that it's actually, I know how deep they are, I know how involved they can get, but no, you cannot create your own custom categories at this time, but it is a feature that we're currently evaluating.
Okay. Would Michelle be willing to share her package sales materials with the group?
I will maybe talk to you offline.
Yeah. We could talk about presenting something that,
sure.
and what it looks like. Absolutely.
Yeah, we can maybe,
we can share
put
it.
together a package and email it to the group.
Email it to the group, or even make it available in our documentation and make it less branded towards Leelocal, but some of our best practices. This is what you can use to some marketing materials that you can take away and take to customers themselves when presenting.
So that'll take a little bit to put together, but we can certainly email the group when we have that ready. Okay, cool. Okay. Looks like that is it for the questions. So thank you everyone for attending. Please stay connected. To stay connected with townnews.com, you can visit our docs site at docs.townnews.com. Our support line is available at 800-293-9576 and support.townnews.com. Our partner community is a great place to share some best practices and get new ideas from other BLOX CMS users, and that's at community.townnews.com. You can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and we have a variety of email newsletters and other information that we send out, and you can sign up for that by going to townnews.com, clicking on news, and in the upper right hand corner you'll see our Stay Connected block there where you can sign up for all of that information. And actually we'll be sending out a new newsletter next week, and it will include a link to the we'll post the webinar, and the newsletter will include a link to the webinar as well, so you can view that and pass it around to folks who may not have been able to attend. Other than that, thank you very much, Phil and Michelle. This was a very informative presentation, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for attending. We're actually going to have another webinar next week that will cover new improvements in BLOX Total CMS. So for those of you who use Total CMS, look out for that invite. It should be going out today. So, okay, thank you very much, everybody. See you next week.